Hello! Hello, are we live? Bam! I think we're live. Welcome back, ladies and gents. My name is Deeps. It's been 2 weeks since I've last streamed, and today we're actually going to try to finish this. I swear to God, we're gonna try to finish this. Should I make up excuses? Why? Okay, no. No excuses. There is a very valid reason as to why I haven't been streaming for a while. Work has been kicking my ass, bro. Like, legitimately ass whooping. But anyways, we're gonna finish this goddamn build, even if it kills me. I don't care how many crashes we happen to have on stream. Haha. Also, speaking of crashes, I almost crashed out at work. No. No. I did everything I could to like fix my PC, right? Now, here's the thing. I'm a stubborn son of a gun. So, what does that mean for you and me? We still have camera B. What am I gonna do? But I turned off camera A and camera B's screen. So, I'm still a stubborn son of a bitch. We're still gonna try to do camera B. If not, we're gonna depreciate camera B, alright? But so far, I think we're doing okay. But we're gonna finish this up, guys. And if we finish this up today, really relatively early, or like if I still have a lot of energy left, we're going to build. Hold on. Don't want. We're gonna build this. If we finish Lightning Buster early, we're gonna do Sazabi. All right. Fuck my life, dude. Honestly. Honestly, I am sorry. I really am. I really am sorry that I haven't been streaming for a while. 2 weeks, right? I really do apologize. It's, yeah, honestly, the work has been kicking my ass. That's not even an understatement. It really has been kicking my ass, bro. Like, holy shit. And the recent failure of my PC last stream also was like a little bit, you know, it was also a little bit of an emotional roller coaster, as one would say. But full transparency, man, the camera doesn't look really that good, but I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Fuck me. But I checked my memory, right? I updated my all my drivers that I could. I let motherfucking Windows 11 update itself. Shit, dude, I went through every troubleshooting step I could do. I pushed my PC to its limits, and it didn't crash. So, there's only one possibility as to why the stream would crash now, is that there's too much data going through like the USB hubs. Not the hubs, but then like the shit. The pathways. That's it. There might just be too much for like USB pathways. So there, you know, maybe that's it. That could be causing the stream crash. But also, okay, it feels like, hold on, give me a second here, y'all. Oh, it's too bright. It feels like camera A is a bit, yeah, I don't know. We'll let it slide. How you doing, Evan, over at the YouTube side? Have I ever built any kit? Not 30 minutes missions, yes. 30 minutes fantasy, no. I've also built the, I'm looking at my collection here. I've built one armored core kit, which is technically under 30-minute missions. So we've done that. Okay, I'm gonna, you know, streaming is like riding a bike. Some days you don't feel like it. But when you get back into it, it's like, you know, you just feel the rhythm, the pedal. I'm back, baby. God, please don't let my stream crash. I'm begging you, bro. Please. I just need a win. I just need a win. And that's what we all need in life, to be honest. You know, truthfully, right? Truthfully, that's all we really need in life, right, chat? We just need one win. You like the spinning? Do you like the runner spinning that I do? Oh my god. How are you guys doing? You know, I can I can wax poetic the whole time and like apologize about not streaming, and I do apologize for not showing up, right? As a entertainer, that makes me feel bad. Some of you guys rely on the deep show. Who the fuck relies on this stream? I give good emotional support. I don't, but maybe I do. The energy I bring, the positive vibes, all lies. There's no positive vibes here. Only negativity. Alright, where were we specifically? I don't even remember. Also, if we cry, I don't really care. We can... God, please. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna pause Julia Wolf. Alright. Let's all put our hands together. Let's all pray. Alright, I want you all to pray. Legitimately. I want you all, every YouTube, Twitch, every motherfucker here. I want you all to pray with me. Alright? Dear Heavenly Father. Please. No more crashes. I just need one win, big dog. Please. I just... I don't ask. No, I was gonna say I don't ask for much, but that's a lie. I ask for a lot. But dear Heavenly Father, please protect my streams from any technical difficulties or crashes. I really want to finish building this goddamn gunpla kit, and I really want to have a good stream. Also, I wish death to my haters and my ops. Amen. All right, prayer over. Back to Julia Wolf. Now, what was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. Anyways, welcome back. Where were we? Waist legs. Where did we crash? How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing alright, It's been again, it's been 2 weeks, right? Also, James Bond game coming out soon, maybe. We did right leg. Yes, we did right leg. James Bond game. I almost said movie, but James Bond game coming out pretty soon this month. So we are gonna play James Bond. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping also for like the gaming streams. I mean, we haven't gamed a lot this year, to be honest, because of I was gonna say technical difficulties, but it's more emotional difficulties in my life. But so far so good, chap. Where were we? Oh yeah, this had the weird foot thing, right? Yeah, this had the weird foot. Very weird. Is this complete? Yeah, it seems pretty complete. See, this is the problem when you like stop the build halfway and then you leave for 2 weeks. I don't remember where I am. But when do I ever, right? C1. Wait. Oh, see, we're starting off strong. Only what? 10 minutes. 10 minutes in. Oh my god, thank you for the raid, Dallahan Thalston. Thank you for dropping by, guys. My name is Deeps, your #1 failed paranormal detective, and to be honest, failed gunpla builder. Thanks for dropping by, guys. Hold on, I'm trying to... Fuck. Aha, there we go. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys had a good stream. What were you guys doing? Were you guys playing some games? Building some gunpla? Cussing out the world? Having fun? Hold on, it's spinning. Do you like the spinning that I do? I think this is my new gimmick now when I do build streams. You know what I mean? Just like spin a runner. Alright. That's it. to be honest, though. I think I almost cut my finger there. But anyways, see, we're starting out strong. Runner C1, Dunzo, gone. No longer accounted for. MG, Fenice. I'm not gonna lie. I tried to quickly read that to see if I can guess the pronunciation. But okay, but I think I know what you're talking about. It's the Gundam Build Fighters Wing Gundam by the Italian guy, right? 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 I hope I'm right. Yes! Okay. I'm not a fake Gundam fan. No, of course not. I'm not a fake Gundam fan. No. True blue Gundam fan. How is that build? Is it like... Because I built the Master Grade Endless Waltz Wing Gundam? But the Verka version? And that was like years ago. Like... Oh my god. How many years ago was that? 7? 8? Maybe 10 years ago? Holy shit, I'm old. But yeah, that was okay. That Verka was pretty okay. But how's the MG? It might be Fenice, not Fenice. Fenice Rinichita? Oh god. I'm assuming it's not too bad, right? The color separation shouldn't be too intense that it's like... And it's a master grade, right? Sorry, there's a guy outside my window. If you could hear the... Oh, God. Fenice. 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 Fenice Rinas... Okay, hold on. Rinaschita. Okay. We'll go with that. Whatever the correct pronunciation is, pretend that I did it. Hold on. Yeah. Because I'm always like worried about stickers, but then that's also a... I was gonna say a relatively new kit, but that's a lie. That Master Grade has been out for a while, right? We haven't... Oh god. You know what's the nice thing about being like a procrastinator? Chat. Guys. Is it a parts former? Like, do you have to like... Okay, so... Do you have to like remove parts to transform it to like the wing mode, the bird mode? Or does it just like a transformer? Hold on. Do you have to like remove parts, or is it like Soundwave over here where you just like flip some shit and then that's it? You see how smooth I was with just like pulling out a transformer to show my point? That's how professional I am. Haven't gotten that far yet. Well, please let me know. Please let me know how it goes, because yeah, it's always interesting. Because like I feel like, I don't know, I don't like getting a lot of like transformable Gundams just because I have like this very weird bias that they're always gonna be parts formers, and I know that's not true. Like from the bottom of my heart, I know like transformable Gundams have gone, you know, the technology has improves a lot to where Soundwave, to where that's not the case. But you know, you can always be surprised. But yeah, thank you for dropping by, you guys. If some of you have to raid and run, no worries. I appreciate you. Once again, this is Deeps. Technically speaking, I am a paranormal investigator, but we haven't played a horror game in like 8 months. So there's nothing paranormal here. The only thing paranormal about my channel is the frequency of my streams. It's because I'm a working adult, man. Also, if we finish, and I think we will finish, I pray to God, we will finish the Lightning Buster today. I think we're going to do the Sazabi. I think so. I think it'll be a really fun thing to do. You know, compensate, right? Make up for the lost time that we've had. You know, I find myself having to fix this runner holder more than I'm using it. But that's okay. Also, did I show you guys last time, the new kits that we have for my backlog? I don't think I have, did I? Because I have a stack of backlog here next to me that we're going to build as the year progresses. I promise. You will see them. They will see the light of day. Okay, once I built out his legs, I'm going to show you my backlog. Six, five, okay. Wait, oh no, damn, it's not done. Denise. It's like Denise. Let me think about this. Should I just knife it or sand it? Because it's not too bad. Like, the nub marks aren't too bad. Like, even on camera, they don't look too bad. I could just knife it. And then, like, just pray to God. But I could, like, sand it. But I've established that we're not very good at sanding. By we, I mean me. You know what? Let's see. Let's see. And if anybody asks for my qualifications, I have 20 years of snap build experience. No modifications. No kit bashing. Just pure, unadulterated, raw, no foreplay snap builds. And I've only started to implement sanding. And I'm not even using like proper sandpaper. I'm using files, which for some people may or may not be a worse option for a newbie. But you know what? It's okay. As Meijin Kawaguchi said in Gundam Build Fighters Try? I think it's in that one. Gunpla is freedom. And I have the freedom to fuck up a kit as much as I want. Even if it's just a simple snap build. One of these days, we're going to paint a kit. We're going to do the whole shebang. We're going to do the whole soiree. We're going to do... One of these days, we're going to do the whole 9 yards. You know, we're going to paint. We're going to sand. The whole shebang. But today is not that day. Today is not that day, folks. And maybe that day won't come. In maybe 5 years. Maybe 6. Maybe 10. Maybe I won't even be streaming anymore when I started out. But it will happen. Six, 7. You guys having a good weekend? Also, it's Mother's Day weekend. Shout out to all your mamas. I'm not. I really wanted to say something like shout out to all the baby mamas, shout out to all the MILFs, but I'm not gonna do that. We're a family-friendly stream. All right, I have a reputation to uphold. No, I don't. But yeah, it is Mother's Day weekend, so I hope you guys greet your mamas, greet the mothers in your lives, greet your maternal figures in your life. You know, show them love, show them appreciation, send them flowers, chocolates. Just make sure they're not allergic to any of those. Bake her a cake, buy her a cake, maybe a Louis Vuitton, Cartier. I should have used a knife. There's like no difference. I should have used a knife. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, hold on. Let me build this out. I'm a dumbass. I should have put the legs first. Okay. We've technically built it out. I have to panel line. Professional builder. Okay, let me show you my backlog. Alright, so we have quite the backlog, to be honest, guys. So after this build and after the Sezabi that we're also going to do today, I'm gonna build the clone trooper, right? Then we're gonna do 00 Riser, the designer version. I think that's what it says. I don't know how to read Japanese. But yeah, I'm a big 00 fan, like the series. Exia is my favorite Gundam, to be honest. But 00 Riser is not bad. I am kind of sad that this version of the 00 Riser doesn't have the... Where's my Exia? Where is she? This version of the 00 Riser doesn't have the GN Blade 2, which is this thingy. This one. I'm kind of sad that this one doesn't have that. Use your words, Deeps. This kit doesn't have the GN Blade 2. I'm kind of sad. Even though I already have the GN Blade 2 here, I like the 00 Riser having the GN Blade 2 instead of like the double swordy swords. But it's okay. We can't always be winners. So that's one. And then I have more. We have the newly released Legend Gundam. I'm actually excited about this, but I'm pushing it back into our like backlog because it's new. And then Command Wolf from Zoids. Big Zoids fans over here. Me. Because we have its matchy match. Blade Liger. So, and then we have a Master Grade Vidar. Its box is too big and it's too deep onto the ground for me to get. But just trust that we have that. So, honestly, I am set for the year. I don't need to buy any more kits for the streams, for us to build. Truthfully, we don't need it. You know, we could just keep doing what we do and then we're fine. We're steady, we're solid. But the greed of man knows no bounds. You know, even now, as we speak, I'm getting the hankering to buy more kits. I don't even know what else I would buy. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know. Also, we're gonna panel line. So yeah, if you guys have any kits to suggest for me to potentially buy, let me know, please. Also, unfortunate news for some of my longtime viewers. Wait, I was shit. I wasn't even unmuted. Fuck me. Oh my god. Okay, first of all, let me roll it back because I was just miming the whole time. So, God was not listening to any of our prayers. He did not listen to any of our prayers. God did not listen to any of our prayers today. All right, we crashed. Honestly, I have now unplugged our display camera here. I even wrote it down. It had a label on it, but to be honest, we're now depreciating camera B. That means you guys will not see the photo booth and the rotating table that we had. So yeah, I do apologize for that. Also, I knew Delahan brought over some raiders, and I greatly apologize for that from the bottom of my heart to the bottom of my nutsack. I really, really am sorry for the crash. Honestly, I've reseated my RAM. I've done a memory test. I updated my BIOS. I updated all my software drivers for like Windows, for the GPU. But you know what? That's God saying, Deeps, you're too greedy. You can't have two camera angles. All right, it's too much. You're doing too much, Deeps. And you know what? I'm man enough to admit that I am. So we've been punished by God, and that's okay. And that's okay. I'm a humble man. I can admit to my faults. All right, so I need you guys to start praying with me again. Dear Heavenly Father, hold on, Summer Walker. Let me pause you. All right, I need you guys to pray with me. Pray with me for just one moment here. Dear Heavenly Father, please don't crash my stream. I'm not even gonna ask for the death of my enemies anymore. Yes, please. I really just want to build this damn lightning buster. All right, I don't want to bust a move and bust a nut and bust a vein, pop a vein. Just trying to finish this build. It's been 2 months. I keep having these stream crashes. God, I've removed camera B. Was this like my Tower of Babel? You know what I mean? Like, you know how like they built the Tower of Babel? It's like, now we're better than God, and God struck him down. Was this my Tower of Babel? Amen. Amen. I hope you guys prayed with me because I really want to finish this build. Thank you for coming back, to those who came back. I really appreciate you guys. Do you like my pen? You like my pen? I have a lot of shit in my desk. Where were we? You guys okay? I'm not okay. I've been trying to get this build done for like months. I have a good PC. Okay, maybe good is a bit... It's a strong word. Good is a strong word. Alright, I have a decent PC. We are so scuffed, honestly. I'm not even gonna I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like the upgrade of like camera B has actually increased the scuffness of my streams. But you know what? It was a good effort though. Honestly, I feel like camera B was a good effort because some of you guys weren't here for it when we first debuted camera B, truthfully. But camera B allowed us to have like a turntable, or like, here, let me just dismantle the whole set. I had like a turntable and shit, and it's like bzzz, it would like turn around and spin, and you guys could see it, you know, the finished build, right? But ever since we implemented this camera, I think it's just overloading my USB ports. Too much data. Like, my motherboard is probably not rated to have like 3 cameras essentially, like my VTubing camera for VTube Studio, hello, and then the hand camera, and then the third camera B. So that's what I chalk it up to. Or maybe it's the processor, but I've been monitoring my processor so far. Yeah, sure, it's like an 11th gen i5, but it never received any, like, fatal spikes, in my opinion. So I don't know. I'll just chalk it up to like God. Sometimes, sometimes you just gotta chalk shit up to like, God doesn't want you to do it. Fuck it, I'm not even devout of anything. Sometimes I just need something to like point to. So you know what? That God doesn't want me to succeed. Also, I'm doing very dirty work for panel lining, I know. But, it's fine. Nothing has to be perfect in this life. Hold on. Where's my eraser? How are you guys doing so far? Aside from like my, psychological meltdown earlier, literally 2 minutes ago, I'm okay, doing okay. Oh, the bad news, right? I was trying to tell you guys bad news, especially for like my longtime viewers. Unfortunately, because of how much ass kicking I'm getting in my job, not giving but receiving, my plans to visit Japan this year have been slightly disrupted. Also, the prices for tickets have not been cooperative. I really should have bought the tickets earlier, to be honest, but I didn't expect like the airline prices to increase this much in like a span of 2 weeks. Because I don't know, maybe I don't know if it's like because Spirit Airlines in America like died, that the airlines were like, yeah, let's increase our prices now. I don't know, but literally the prices of tickets like increased by, I want to say 50%. Okay, maybe not 50%, but like 30%. And I'm like, I'm not willing to pay 30% more. So unfortunately, ya boy, me, may not be able to go to Japan this year. It's looking a bit dicey, unfortunately. So no Japan trip for me this year. But you know what? There's a lesson there. Plan ahead. You know, if you want to do something and you really, really want to do something, make sure you plan ahead. Don't be like, oh, good old Deeps over here. It has been insane, honestly. I'm gonna dox myself. I've already doxed myself before, but I live in Texas, and dude, the fucking fuel prices have not been very Texan lately. So, yeah. I mean, the ticket prices were like medium. Like, you know, they were like relatively normal pricing. But they've increased so much for like the airlines that it's like, it's not worth it for me to go to Japan this year. Especially there's a possibility that I might lose my job. Is the price you pay is guaranteed. I might lose my job. There's drama at work. There's drama at work. So I might lose my job. So I also can't spend money, especially if it's like inflated airline prices. Because if I lose my job, it's like I'm fucked. You know what I mean? Like that's like $2,000 for rent. So, you know, life has just been beating your boy down. Not beating me off, but beating me down. Which is why I wasn't able to stream the last 2 weeks. I was just going through it, man. I was like, what's going on with my life? I've been a relatively good person in my life. I have never done anyone wrong as far as I remember. You know, I just want to go to Nippon, buy some model kits and whatnot. And no, it's just horrendous. So unfortunately, no Japan story from me this year. Maybe hopefully next year I will. But you know what? Okay. I'm in my mid-20s, late 20s. And I don't know why my friends just decided to like start getting married. You know? They just started to like get engaged and get married like next year. They got engaged this year and then they're gonna get married maybe next year. And I'm like, dude, and then most of these friends are like, they live in Asia, they live in the Philippines because I'm Filipino. And they're like, yo, Deeps, can you make it, man? I was like, yeah, bro, of course. Anything for you, my bro. Ride or die. I have 3 weddings I might have to attend next year. 3. I don't have money for 3 weddings. I have money for 1. Not 3. You know? Money for 1. Not 3. Oh, no gooning in Japan I don't get to go to Japan this year because I might lose my job. Certain fuel prices are up on my ass. Next year I might not be able to go to Japan too because these motherfuckers decide to get married, or they might get married. I don't know. Like, can everybody just like align with each other? It's like, okay, let's get married this year. Like, you know, why does it always have to be about them? Why does it always have to be about them? Why not me for a change? No, I'm happy for them. It's just, you know, I would really appreciate it if they all didn't have their weddings on the same damn year. Also, hantavirus. Holy shit. We're just We're just reliving the greatest hits of my life. A potential pandemic, although, you know, I've been reading that it's not that serious. You know, the hantavirus apparently is not that serious. We'll see about that. But you know what? I made a promise to myself. If we do go through another pandemic, I will make sure we will be streaming every single fucking day. All right? I am not losing out on my chance to be an influencer. All right? I am not losing on my one chance to get out of the rat race. I will succeed. I don't care if I have to dance in front of a fucking camera and do a stupid TikTok song. I don't. All right? You know how these streamers from the pandemic are still getting dividends from like whatever they did during the pandemic? Dude, when is it going to be our turn, right? When is it? when is it going to be our turn? Although I'll be honest, I am not mentally ready for another lockdown. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of insaneness going on in my brain, insane in the membrane. So I am not ready for another pandemic. Like, I just can't right now. Like, give me like another 15 years or something, man. Let me recover first. I still feel like I'm like 22. Like, that pandemic hit like a brick shit house. Hampered my emotional maturity. Oh my god. Wait, wrong. No. We'll use the poor type. Oh, but you know what? If there is going to be a new pandemic and I don't go to Japan before it happens, it's going to be so sad. I'm going to have to wait another 5 years. Damn it, I should have gone to Japan. I should have brought those tickets earlier. I really should have, but I was waiting on my boys. You know what I mean? Like, when you wait on your boys, some of these guys, they're just like, oh my god. It's okay. You know? Everything happens for a reason. That's the lie I tell myself. It's a little, it's a little slice of comfort. Yeah, we'll listen to that one. Let me see. One of my problems with panel lining, just from a personal note, is like I do too much, and sometimes that just like ruins the aesthetics of a kit, and I don't bring like my Q-tip or anything to clean it up. So, you know, sometimes I do too much, but that's okay. It's better to do too much than to do not enough, I think. That's a general rule in life. Yeah, like this, like, that's fine, but I could definitely clean it up if I had a Q-tip. Am I gonna get a Q-tip right now? No. We're already sat down. Maybe when I go to my bathroom break, when I drain the beast, I'll get a Q-tip. But while we're here, hell no. Oh my god. Alright. I always want you when I'm coming down. Alright. Nice. We got some legsies. And what about this thing? Do I need to do anything about this? I don't think so. I'll just leave this as it is, right? The little waist belt it has. Okay. Same up increase posable range. You can pull it down. Oh shit. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see that, but up. Focus. Okay. You saw it. I kind of don't like. You know what? It's kind of like a Kamen Rider though. I was gonna say I kind of don't like the belt, like this belt thing, because it's a separate piece, so you kind of have to be a little dainty about it. But so far, so good, right? What do you guys think? Not too bad. Not too bad, if I do say so myself. Let's look at the backside. Right, okay. Alright. Hold on. Yeah, not so bad. I've done worse. I'm not even gonna lie about that. I've done worse. Alright. There's a bit of... I'm still not convinced about this feet thing. It's such a weird foot situation. Hold on. Because it's literally a peg on like the forefoot, which is so weird. But aesthetically speaking, this boy's looking good, I think. I always preferred, honestly, I liked, no. I always preferred the dual Gundam over the Buster growing up, but the Lightning Buster is pretty cool too, I think. It's a little bit, maybe it's because of the shoulder blades or the shoulder pads and how they look, but that's dope. All right, backpack time. This backpack's gonna be most, I think, of the remaining plastic, if not all. So let's rock and roll. Also, I think the weekend was playing Persona 5. And you know, I could say whatever about the weekend playing Persona 5, but honestly, I can't even hate him on it because I didn't finish Persona 3. That's my little secret. That's our little secret, guys. I haven't finished Persona 3 Reload. we haven't finished Persona 3 Reload. Back when I was a young man, young boy Deeps, when I had my PSP, I didn't finish Persona 3 Portable as well. It's a tradition. Also, I didn't finish Persona 4 Golden when I played it when I wasn't streaming yet. I feel like I'm not even gonna try with Persona 3. I'm not even gonna try. I'm not even gonna try with Persona 5. I'm just gonna not lie to myself anymore. I don't think I have the mental capacities to play very, very long JRPGs, especially turn-based JRPGs. I'm not even gonna lie anymore. When I was like, look, I didn't finish Persona 3 Portable, and I was like, how old was I? 13, 14. I had all the time in the world, all right, and I didn't finish it. And now that I have adult responsibilities, I don't think I can finish Persona 3 Reload. I don't think I can finish Persona 5. Truthfully, it's time to stop the lies. You know, I can't lie to you guys anymore. I can finish Spider-Man, the story. I can finish Indiana Jones, the story. I can finish any other game, story, as long as it linearly flows. I don't want to lie to you guys anymore. I'm not gonna attempt Persona 5 or whatever new Persona comes out, no matter how many baddies there are in those games. Alright? I'm not even gonna pretend. No, because I know deep down in my heart, I'm not gonna finish it. Such is the case, you know. Such is the case, though. But you know, the first step to recovery is honesty. I'm honest about myself now. Also, because the possibility of me going to Japan is very high, right? And I still want to be a little bit how do you say, a little bit reckless with my money, right? A little bit reckless with my money. I want to buy a Switch too, especially with the fears that they're gonna increase the price on September this year. They're gonna increase it by $50. Holy shit! Like, dude, what the fuck? So, we're gonna get a Switch 2, and we're gonna play Pocopia. I don't know when we're gonna get the Switch 2. We're gonna get the Switch 2 one of these days. Actually, you know, here I have a plan. I have a plan. To those living in America as well. Costco Costco has a very good deal with the Switch 2. You get the Switch 2, you get like a memory card, and you get Nintendo Switch Online for 1 year, all for the pretty cost of like $529. Now, the Switch 2 as it stands costs like $450? Right? $450. But if I get it from Costco, I get the memory card and I get the Nintendo Switch Online, right? And then the timing works out, because if I buy it before the increase of the Switch 2 prices, I get the Switch for a rather cheaper price, and I also get Nintendo Switch Online for a cheaper price. Now, I've established before that I am not really a fan of getting Nintendo Switch Online because I don't really play online games or have any use for the online functionality. But if I can get it as part of a deal, then that's good. So, it's starting to look like I'm not going to Japan this year. So it's starting to look like that I will get a Switch 2. What I'm also saying is, let me know of any game recommendations you guys have for the Switch 2. Because obviously, obviously I'm going to play Pokemon. Also, we're going to finish Pokemon Leaf Green. I swear to God, we're going to finish that game. I'm just taking my sweet time. But we're going... We're gonna play Pokemon Wind and Waves, right? We're gonna get the water gecko. I've already made up my mind. Everyone's always like Brout, and what's the other? I don't even, the fired puppy, right? But everyone's all about like Brout. Brout is cool, but there's something about like metrosexual water gecko that really is like that. It speaks to me. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes you just see something and it speaks to you. That's how I felt about gay lizard, metrosexual lizard gecko water thing. I like that guy, you know? He's got a little bit of sass to him. He's got good lashes. I like that one. So, I'm gonna play Pokemans. I'm gonna get a Switch too. To be honest, my logic doesn't make sense, because if I'm about to lose my job, why am I gonna spend $500 for another game console? But you know what? Life isn't always about being logical, though. You know, it's about living life. And I like to live my life quarter mile at a time. High risk, no reward. That's how I like to live my life. Although, if we go by that logic, going to Japan with the potential of losing my job is the high risk, no reward situation. Let me think about that. What do you guys think? Let me hear from my chat. Let me hear from chat. What do you guys think? Should we just do the ultimate risk, no reward situation? I mean, there's gonna be high reward with getting the Switch, right? I get to play games, the Switch too. But the highest reward is and highest risk is the Japan trip, because one, I'll finally get to go to Japan. But if I lose my job, that's like a couple $1,000 down the drain. But I mean, from a human experiential standpoint, going to Japan would be a much more better experience and overall character building moment than buying a Switch 2. But the Switch 2 is cheaper. It's like, it's not necessarily a one-time purchase because I have to buy the games. but it definitely won't be like $3,000. I don't know. But the thing is, those ticket prices though, those those ticket prices though, because it's like when you travel to another country, you don't just have to pay for the tickets. You pay for boarding, you pay for the food, and also hantavirus. Also hantavirus. Like I don't know. I don't know. It's rough out there, man. It's rough out there for an old weeb. All right. Let's do B2. See, thank you, Fruit. I appreciate the support of like the mental gymnastics that's happening. Cause I mean, look, I'm not. It's not insane, right? Like it's not completely insane, right? Like the propositions that I'm providing. Go to Japan, spend a lot more money, even if I potentially lose my job. Even if I potentially lose my job in the next couple months, right? Like, let's just say like $3,000 to $4,000 down the drain, right? That's Japan, and there's no guarantee I might have a job lined up. I might just lose the job, right? But I can also buy a Switch too, which will, still drain my funds, but it won't be like $4,000. Hantavirus, but it's also hantavirus. I was so tempted to like play Plague Inc. I was so tempted to play Plague Inc. on stream, and then just like try to simulate the hantavirus. Do you guys want to do that tomorrow? Do you guys want to simulate the hantavirus? Do I even have Plague Inc? Let me see. I must have it, right? I don't have Plague Inc. What the fuck? What? What the fuck? I'm gonna think about it. Because I think, like, I don't really. Okay, the last time I played Plague Inc. was when it first came out, actually. Like, because it was like a. It was a game on, like, my iPod Touch. That's how old I am. And that's how old that damn game is. But we could play Plague Inc. tomorrow. Let me see. Let me see if I'm convinced to buy it. Because we were going to play Pokemon Leaf Green tomorrow. But to be honest, I think the more topical thing to do is play Plague Inc., right? Simulate the hentai virus. We're gonna figure this shit out. We're scientists. It doesn't help that there's like Runner E1 is done. What was I gonna say? It doesn't help that there's like one instance, one case of hantavirus here in Texas. So I'm like, shit, them motherfuckers. I know Texans. They don't know how to stay inside. So we'll figure it out. Yeah. But you know what? It's probably gonna be a whole lot of nothing though, right, guys? It's probably gonna be a whole lot of fucking nothing. It'll be fine, right? So, we're gonna be okay, nothing ever happens. It's fine. Also, okay, movie time. So, sorry. So to those new here, to those new to the Deep Show, we there's this thing. I like watching movies. I like watching movies in the cinema, especially. And sometimes I go off on like nonsensical tirades and rants on movies, or just like crappy reviews that I provide them. But anyways, I went to see the Michael movie today, and honestly, I think so. Let's start with the good, right? The casting was very good. A lot of the acting was very good. Coleman Rodrigo, I think, the guy who played Michael Jackson's father, Joseph Jackson, he is a scary motherfucker. First of all, like every scene that Coleman Rodrigo's like Joseph Jackson is in is frightening. Jafar Jackson, I think, did a pretty good job portraying Michael Jackson as much as he could, right? Like, how do you really portray a guy like Michael Jackson on the big screen? But you know, he did his best, and I think it was like a very convincing, very like good performance. So those two performances are like standout performances. There's this character in there named Bill who's like Michael Jackson's bodyguard and chauffeur. I thought he was played by I thought he was played by Vin Diesel. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. My VTuber shrunk. Sorry. Oh wait, my there we go. I forgot my scroll. Oh wait. Okay, hold on. I didn't realize my VTuber shrunk. No, what the fuck? Why is it still connected? Okay. There we go. So what was I saying? Yeah, Jafar Jackson, Coleman Rodrigo, very good. Very good performances. I really thought the character of Bill, who was like Michael Jackson's like chauffeur, bodyguard, father figure in that movie, I really thought it was played by Vin Diesel. I'm not gonna lie. But that was also really good. The music, of course, it's oh my god, it's Michael Jackson. What can I can't. What can I say? Of course, right? Like King of Pop, right? Yeah. But the story itself, first of all, they did the whole like Avengers thing of like Michael Jackson will return in Avengers Endgame. They actually pulled that shit. They actually did. They actually pulled like his story continues because it stops. The Michael movie stops at the Bad album. It starts at like the Jackson 5 but stops at the Bad album, so it's like half of his life still. So there's that. And then two, I wouldn't say the movie felt empty, but it definitely felt like it was like a show. It was like a show reel. You know what I mean? It had its dramatic moments of like his relationship with his father, obviously, his skin condition like vitiligo, his accident like his Pepsi hair fire accident that caused his like scalp to get burnt, and his like extensive nerve damage. It didn't get into the accusations against Michael. Apparently there's like a legal clause that they can't show it. There's also it just felt like the plot wasn't really, it was moving but it wasn't really whole. It felt a bit hollow. At like there were like points that I'm like, oh, this is like it shows him making Thriller, it shows him like making the albums with Quincy Jones, it shows his struggle with his father, like the emotional struggles he has like growing up in the way he did, but it didn't really feel cohesive. It didn't really feel like, not deep, but it didn't really feel like it had a lot of structure to it. And I think that's because the movie was highly curated to avoid certain things, or because of the legalities of around Michael Jackson and his estate, that they couldn't really get deeper into specific things in that movie that would have been nice to get into. But overall, I think it was like a pretty decent movie. I'd say like 7 out of 10. Of course, the music is good. Like, there's no, dude, I'm not gonna knock it on that one. Like, you had Billie Jean. They didn't have PYT though. I was kind of sad about no PYT. They had like the Jackson 5 songs. Yeah, they had Thriller. Like, it was really, really good. Like, from a music standpoint. Also, cinematography was really good too. I think there was a lot of like close-up shots. Not like Mission Impossible 1. I already forgot the director's name of Mission Impossible 1. Oh my god, I forgot. Yeah, but not those kinds of close-up shots where it's like, it's uncomfortable, but more of like close-up to to Michael's eyes, to his facial expressions, to the character's different like reactions. Pretty good. And again, I really thought Vin Diesel was playing Bill. I really did. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's a really good movie to watch in the cinema, though. I'm not gonna lie. I think it does the movie a disservice if you watch it at home, even if you have a good like audio setup, because the music and then the audio production is just really good. Also, they CGI Bubbles the monkey. They didn't use a real monkey. They CGI'd the animals, and it's very obviously CGI'd. I'm not saying that they should have used real animals, but like, even on like AMC's digital theater, like the cheapo theaters, not like the IMAX ones, dude, I could tell that shit was CGI'd. I could tell it was CGI'd. And it's kind of uncanny though. The CGI wasn't like, it's obviously not the oh my god. You know what? I wouldn't be a streamer if I didn't get spammed. Oh, let me get rid of this. Get that ass banned. There we go. Bam. Get that ass banned. What the fuck? The hell? That usually works. Yeah. Whatever. Best viewers at streamboo.com. Actually, you know what? I'm usually an R&B guy, but we'll play some. Yeah, let's play some Julia Wolf, like what we were doing. Yeah. Also, next movie I'm gonna watch is probably gonna be. I haven't watched Project Hail Mary, but I feel like I'm doing it a disservice by watching it on streaming. But I probably will have to watch it on streaming. But I also want to watch Hokum, which is like the Adam Scott horror movie. And then people say it's really, really scary. I don't know. I don't know if it's really, really scary, but I do want to watch it. But the next movie I'm definitely watching in the cinemas is The Backrooms. I think that one has a lot of potential to it. Not just because, it's like, internet, not creepypasta, but like, whatchamacallit, analog horror. But the trailer looked really good for I'm sorry, which side am I doing? Okay. The trailer looked really good and has some pretty strong actors in there. So I think hopefully it's good. If not anything, it's points for my AMC stubs. Yes, I care about my AMC stubs. So, with the backpack, honestly, I would already be happy with this. Like, the backpack is obviously missing some components and it feels weird because of like how much it juts out, but I would be happy with this. But we're not done yet, you know. Hi. 2 times. 9 and 8. Let me drink some Wawa. Hold on. Okay. So usually I don't really do cleanup. Like, I don't really sand my weapons so much because I'm lazy. But no, these are just the joints. So I think I'll just knife him. So if there's any imperfections, I'll just knife him. There's no need to sand, right? Also, I am kind of excited. I know I'm looking too far ahead. By that, I mean next week. Next week's build is the Clone Trooper. High. Is it even high grade? Do these have grades? Hold on. Let me. Safety first. Does this. Do these even have grades? Like these Bandai, like the regular Bandai ones, right? Like, I know the figure arts Shamalama Ding Dongs have grades. But do these guys have grades? I don't know. Also, when we build it, you guys will have to help me decide. Do we want to do phase 1 or phase 2? To be honest, they have it has binoculars. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to build it because, you know, sometimes as much as I love gunpla, right? As much as I love gunpla, sometimes it can get a bit repetitive. Not all the time, of course, but sometimes, you know. And I want to expand my options, man. So I'm excited to build the Clone Trooper. I think it'll be really, really fun. Also, we'll play Plague Inc. tomorrow. I've decided. We'll play Plague Inc. tomorrow. I kind of like the idea. I'll need to like look up the symptoms for hand. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad if like the hantavirus does blow up to be something really, really bad. But we'll play Plague Inc. tomorrow. I mean, the hantavirus is already bad. People have already passed away. But you know what? Is it insensitive? I maybe. Excuse order 66, baby. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Is it in bad taste? I don't know. Maybe it is. And I apologize, but you know, I think it'll be a little funny. That's usually how that's usually how I get in trouble, to be honest, in my life. That's usually how it gets fun. Like, yeah, I get in trouble is like when I do something that's like, you know, it could be a little funny, and then like it just blows up in my face. But you know, what kind of life is that if we're afraid to be a little funny? Just a little bit. Just a little ha ha hee hee poo poo papa. I ain't hurting nobody. Okay. Alright. Who? How? Hold on. Sometimes you gotta lube. Sorry. You gotta loosen. Sometimes you gotta loosen these ball joints. Great work there, Deeps. Good wordplay. Totally mature. No, but it's true though. Sometimes you have to like you have to like insert something and then move it around a little bit, so you know it's fully seated in there. You know. Okay. Perfect. See, we're doing okay, right? Let's see here. Let me move my shit. Oops, safety first. You don't want to get cutty cut and bleedy bleed all over your matty mat. Has anybody bought the Meteor? Question. Anybody here who's built Gunpla and anybody here who's built high grades? Has anybody here actually built the Meteor from Gundam Seed? I'd be impressed if anybody's actually built the Meteor. Because this thing's damn insane. Okay. Let me fold this in on itself. And then we're almost done with this one. And then we can move on to Sazazbi. Wait. Is this done? Oh, shit. Okay, C2 is done. Oh, C2 is done, baby. Nice. I didn't even notice. Yapping too much to notice. Wait. A1 is done. Or A is done. See? Wait. You can't. It won't spin. Oh, yes it can. Like a Beyblade. We only have 3 runners left, dude. Sick. Okay. Nice. It's always nice to see the runners decrease, to be honest. Oh, wait. Wait, hold on. I gotta... B17, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 11. 6, 7, 11. You know what's the worst part about being a working adult, a Gen Z adult? I have people who are older than me, who are like millennial age, or who have kids that are like Gen Alpha, or very late Gen Z. That whenever, cause like I don't even say it on purpose, right? Sometimes I'll just say like, you know, so like we need like around 6 or 7 hours to like finish the program, and then they just look at me and it's like 6, 7. And I'm like, can we not do this? We are in a professional environment. I don't need to know about, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to know about this nonsense. I don't need to remember this nonsense at work. But my manager literally has like he has a son who's like 18, 19. And so obviously his son is like tapped in youth culture. I feel so old saying that shit, but his son is tapped into youth culture. so it was like, you know, whenever I tell my manager like, yeah boss, we've got like I think 6 or 7 cases of like XYZ. He's like, you know, 6, 7. I'm like, can you not, dude, you are like 50 years old, can you not 6, 7 me right now, bro? I have a lot of respect for you, man, but that is going down. Got 6, 7, baby, you know. Shit. It's so bad. Thank you. Thank you, Fruit. Where do we get the best viewers? At streamboo.com. Hold on, let me see. I get rid of that motherfucker. Hold on, son of a, damn it. There we go. There we get that ass banned. Oh my god, did they change with the ban button one, or I just forgot? Fine, I'll get rid of the devil. His name is Organizing Fanium 87W. That is such a weird, like, fake ass username. Get that ass banned. Also, every time I look at my Twitch, like, you know how a random whisper, ooh, scary. It's like I don't know if you should trust that. What was I gonna say? Shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. God damn it. No, I remember what I was gonna say. So, hold on, I'm putting peg to hole. Sorry, hold on. Sorry, I'm putting peg to hole. I need to lock in for a bit. Hold on. Okay. Every time I look at like my Twitch feed, it always says like stream unstable. I'm like, yep, that's me, baby. That's my stream. Streamer also unstable. You know what? No. I need to knife this. I don't want to sand it. Scary. Texting buddy sugar baby. Why don't I get those? I always get the like, you want to buy more viewers on streamboo.com? I don't get the sexy ones. You know what I mean? I'm not, you know, like, yeah, it would kind of suck to get like, you know, like, no, you know what? For my ego, why don't I get the sexy ones? You know, what the fuck, bro? That's not cool. What about me? You know? What about me? Do I not deserve was it texting buddy sugar baby? You know, do I not deserve that? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I feel like it's also a bit of like prejudice and discrimination. You know, VTuber discrimination. You know? I feel discriminated. I don't get, you know, what is it? Texting buddy sugar baby. I don't get that. You know, that's offensive. I feel like I should. You know, it's my God-given right. The picture wasn't even AI baddie off. Boo. You know what? Get out of my face. Never mind. I don't want it. I don't want it. If it doesn't look like an AI, like a weirdly plastic-looking, fabricated woman, no, not for me, baby. That's not for me. You know, not AI baddie. Get the fuck out of here. I'm offended for you, Fruit. The fact that it wasn't. You know, I feel like that's a sin punishable by crucifixion. You know? That's not right. That's an injustice. Never mind. That's worse than me not getting any. You know? One of my viewers gets texting buddy sugar baby, but it's not an AI baddie. That's a war crime. That's such an awkward message. Texting buddy sugar baby. That feels like a message your whatchamacallit, your boomer grandpa would fall for on like those like, yeah, on those sites. I don't really care about the weapons, to be honest. I rarely care about weapons in gunplay. Even though the weapons are a big part of this kit, I'm not cleaning it up too well, unfortunately. I apologize for that. No, I don't. Oh, you know what I did have last week? I had some like, I don't know what. Let me check. Let me check, cause I had like some. Before I say something wrong. I had some Nigerian food. I had beef suya last week, and it was really really good. I can't describe the taste. Like it was like, so beef suya, it's like barbecued beef chunks, and it had like a, I think, cumin or whatever, but it was like really really well spiced beef suya. And then I had like the jollof rice, which is like, it had like hints of spice and like tomato in it. Like, it was really really good, but it was kind of expensive though. And I had like fried chicken wings too from that like same um from that same place, and it was really really good, but it's kind of expensive though. But I will be back. I will be back. The owner's a very nice Nigerian man. Like, that was last week Friday. I was supposed to like leave work early at like 3:30, but then some shit happened that caused me to be late. But I pre-ordered my food, and I was like, "Hey man, can I pick up my food at like maybe 4 o'clock instead of like 5?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course, brother. Yeah, be here." And then I got into some shit at work, and so I only picked up my food at 5:30. And I'm like, "Hey man, my name's Deeps. Can I get my food?" And it's like, "Yeah, of course, my brother." And he was like, you told me you would be here at 4. I was like, "Oh, I felt really bad," but he was really nice about it. And I was like, "Yeah, I had some shit at work." And it's like, "It's okay, brother." And I was like, "Yo, thank you, man." But yeah, beef suya is very very good. And he gave me like, the price was a little expensive. It was like around, a plate of beef suya with jollof rice was, how much was it? It was like close to like 20 bucks ish, but it was like a tray. I say it's a plate, but it was like, it was literally like enough to feed 2 people. Of course, my fat ass decided to like finish most of it, but it was really really good. Shout out to that like shout out to that guy. Shout out to that dude. He's my bro. Beef suya. I really, really like that with jollof rice. And to be honest, I think this is like the only Nigerian restaurant in my area, in my like city. So pretty good. Four or five. Are we done? Yo, we're done. Although I will say that the chicken wings from that like Nigerian place, they were really really good, but they weren't, okay, I was gonna say they weren't anything special, but they were kind of special though, because it wasn't like Wingstop where they just fry the chicken wing. This one had like a bit of like a crust on it. Like it clearly had a batter that like, I actually know it was special. I am so sorry. It was special because there was like a breading. There was like a bit of a crust on that like chicken wing that it just made it into like, the crunchy that's like a bit hollow, like the airy kind of crunchy. It was like that, and it was really really good. Like they gave me like a few sauces that I really messed with. Chicken wing. It was very good chicken wings. Okay, like then I will be back. I will be back to have some Nigerian food. I'm not a big goat person though. They had some goat. I'm not a big goat person because I don't like goat. Is one of those Goat is one of those meats that I find really gamey. Um, I like lamb, but I'm not so much of a goat person. Like I've had bison, and that's gamier than beef, but I like that. Yeah, I'm not so much a goat guy, but to be honest, maybe I should try goat again, because when you're Filipino, the goat dish that you really have usually is like caldereta, and I found that I don't really like gamey dishes or gamey meats cooked in stews, and caldereta is like a stew. So yeah, maybe I'll give the goat suya, which is a bit of a try, but I'll probably stick to the beef suya. Yeah, they also do like tacos, like they use the beef suya with the tacos and stuff like that. Oh, another place that I had was like I like Peruvian chicken, dude. That was I miss like, is it Peruvian? It's like peri peri chicken. It's one of those. Um, I have had Irish potato sausage stew. I've actually made it once. I don't remember how I made it, but I followed the recipe. But yeah, I had a Peruvian chicken, like roast chicken, really really good too. They had like empanadas, like a cheese empanada, and I didn't. It's probably not a dessert empanada, but they put like powdered sugar on the cheese empanada, and it was really really good. I was such a fat ass. I was like just like chowing down on it with the chicken. There were some maduros, or like what you call plantains, fried plantains. Is it maduros? Is maduros the fried plantains? They had fried plantains. They had like a rice dish, and then they also had yuca fries. Big back emote went. Big back. You guys don't understand. I'm a fucking professional eater, okay? They had yuca fries. Yuca fries are so good because they're not like potato. So hold on, something fell. Yuca is more of a. This isn't the best way to describe it, but it's like a dense crop. It's like a dense carbohydrate. It feels dense, and depending on how they cook it, it can sometimes feel gamey. Like the texture can be like not gamey, gummy rather. But the way they cooked the fried yuca was just perfect, where like it had enough resistance, but it didn't feel like you were chewing on chewing gum. And oh my god, it was so good. And then they had like these fried cheese balls. And then, dude, okay, so I ordered a half chicken from this Peruvian place. A half chicken, double serving of side dishes of like the plantains and the yuca fries, right? And then I had like one of the cheese empanada, and then an order of like the cheese balls. And then, to be honest, I was supposed to save the cheese balls and the empanada for another day, for the next day. And the original plan was I was just gonna eat like half the chicken, like a quarter of the chicken, so like half of the chicken, the rice, the fried plantains, and then the fried yuca. Bro, I ate the cheese balls, I ate the empanada, I ate like most of the yuca fries, most of like the fried plantains, and 1/4 chicken, dude. I was like fiending, bro. I was like, because like on the weekends, I don't know if I've told you guys this, but on the weekends I only eat one meal a day. I eat one big meal in a day for the weekends, but sometimes I'll have like a protein bar, like a protein shake, and then maybe a Rice Krispie. That's it, right? And then after that, I'll have like my big meal a day. But I think I definitely overdid it. Like, bro, I was like fiending. I was fiending on that shit, bro. I was, I was like, the chicken, yummy. I was I think I slammed like 4,000 calories in that single meal alone. But I felt so fat. But then honestly, I felt so happy. Cause like, I don't know, like sometimes you just over, like it's a sin of gluttony. It really is gluttony though, I'll be honest. But I felt so happy because it's like I haven't had like peri peri chicken or like Peruvian chicken in a while. I haven't had maduros, like the fried plantains, in a while, to be honest. And I've never had those fried cheese balls. And like, I don't know why I said it that way. Fried cheese balls. I haven't had the fried cheese balls in my life, and I've never had like a cheese empanada with like powdered sugar on top. Holy shit, dude, it was so good. And then the thing is, like, I was in the middle of like, I was like 2/3 done with like the meal I set out for myself, and then I realized I'm so fat, but I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. I was like, I have to commit. That's my other thing. This is a reason why I was like a big back kid, and I have the big back habit still, is because like whenever I put food on my plate, I don't know if it's because of how I was raised or whatever, but whenever I have food on my plate, I always finish it. I always make sure I finish the food I have on my plate. No matter how much I got or how little I got, you know, I would always tell myself, Deeps, you put this fucking food in your plate, you need to finish it. And so when I set myself out on a meal and on a plate, I finish it. I am a man of conviction and big backery. Like, dude. So my problem is portion control. It's plate control. And it doesn't help. Like, you know, like some people are like, oh, if you switch out your plate to a smaller plate, you can control your diet. No, motherfucker, I'll just get a bigger plate. I'll get 2 plates. Like, like I literally remember there was like a fiesta in the Philippines when I attended as a kid, and for some reason we only had like this small plate, like this big. That's not a small plate, but to me it is. Bro, I just stacked that motherfucker. just I just stacked it high. But here's the other thing. I don't like to mix my food. I'm very particular. I don't like to touch my food. That's one. So I'll explain the not touching my food later, but I don't like to mix my food. You know how like certain foods have like oils, sauces, and like that? I do my best to kind of separate my food. So like I'd have my rice over here, I'd have like my stew dish over here, and I've had a fried chicken. I'll kind of make a barrier with my rice to make sure that the sauce doesn't touch the fried chicken as much as it can. I like to keep my food separate. That's why I don't like Chipotle. That's why I don't like slop bowls. You know, like those fucking bowls that they just put everything and you mix it together. I don't like that because I like to kind of keep my food separate. Now, I don't like to touch my food, so I don't know what it is. I think it's, again, I've explained this multiple times, but I think it's the way I grew up. I was always taught to like not eat with my hands, and I always ate with like utensils. Because I'm Filipino, it's spoon and fork, not knife and fork. It's spoon and fork. But I grew up that way, so I eat chicken wings. If I'm not outside, I eat chicken wings with like a spoon and fork. I eat I eat pizza with a knife and fork. Doesn't matter what kind of pizza. I'll eat it with a knife and fork at the safety of my own home. And a burger, I've like if it's a sandwich or a burger, I won't eat it directly with my hands. I'll use the wrapper and like a tissue or a paper towel to kind of like wrap the burger to make sure my hand's not touching the food. It's not that I don't like the texture. It's more of like I don't like any of the sauces, any of the drippings of the food to touch my hands, because I'm touching my phone while I'm eating. I'm touching like everything else. I don't want to have to like wash my hands before I touch something else. So I don't like touching my food. When I'm outside eating with like maybe not if I'm friends with someone, I know I'm comfortable around them if I can just like eat chicken wings with a utensil. But like coworkers, when we go out to eat pizza and shit, like when we have pizza in, I have to like pretend that I'm okay with it. Like I'm okay with them touching their food. I don't give a shit. But I have to pretend that I'm okay with me eating pizza with my hands. I'm like, it's like that scene where like the protagonist is like like uncertain about something. That's just me. It's like, oh, I don't want to touch this food, and I'm always like wiping my fingers with like the paper towels. Am I a freak? Maybe, but I really just don't like touching my food. If I can help it. If I can help it, Big back, big back, big back, big back. Oh, also, um, did I fuck up? No, this is correct. Oh wait. Oh, I don't know if you guys saw that. So I kind of fucked up. Like I thought it was gonna be like a this. Like it just goes down all the way. No, you have to pull it out, and then shaboing boing. Very nice. And then you lock it in place. Very nice. But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bake bread tomorrow. I'm not gonna stream it. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna bake bread tomorrow. I'm gonna bake bread tomorrow. I'm gonna have another loaf of focaccia for me to eat, and I'll let you guys know tomorrow's stream how it went. Also, I have some like bananas in my fridge right now, and it's been there for like a week and a half. I don't want to make banana bread again because I'm gonna be such a big back again if I make banana bread. Oh, runner B2 is done. I'm gonna be such a big back if I eat some like if I make banana bread, because I have to eat it for the whole week, because you know banana bread only lasts like a week or so. So I don't know, but the banana's gonna rot even if it's in my fridge. Like it's been there for a week and a half. I might as well, right? Might as well. Hold on, something fell. Ah! I'm back. Yeah, you know what? I'll make the banana bread. Oh, you know what I learned how to make is something called a streusel, I think, which is basically a mixture of brown sugar, butter, and flour. Dude, and then you put it on top of like your baked dessert before you bake it. So, you know, let's say you have your banana bread, you have your banana bread batter, right? And then you get your streusel, I think, that mixture of like brown sugar, flour, and butter. You put that on top, and then it makes like this. Just makes this fucking. Sorry, such a fat ass. It makes this crispy like topping. That's sweet, and it's really good. I'm such a fat ass. But it's really good. It's really good. It's really simple to make too. You can find, I think it's streusel. I think that's what it's called. But you. My mic is really quiet. What about now? Because like it's maxed on OBS. Ha! It's just the way I also like spoke away. What about now? Because like my fear is if I jack it up too much, well, it will peak. But I think we're fine at this level. Ah. Because on OBS it's maxed. It's maxed. So I'm just playing with my interface though. It could be the cable too. I don't want to make the gain too high, because you know sometimes I'll just say something and it's like bah, you know. Sorry if that's too loud. Okay. I don't know if I put like a upper limit to this thing. I think I did. Maybe I did. No, I didn't. A little further away? What about now? What about now? Because the other... Okay, here's the other problem. If I push it back, I can't see what's in front of me. What about now? God. Technical difficulties. Presented by yours truly. Alright. As long as you can't hear me like... You know, we're fine. You know. Because another worry of mine is just balancing with the background noise, because I literally have a fan pointed to me right now, and the last thing I want you guys to hear is the and also, you know how like sometimes I adjust my voice to whatchamacallit, to like, you know, you swallow a little bit of saliva, you do all that shebang. I don't, you know, I don't want you guys to hear that. You know, I feel like that would be a bit too much. But if it sounds good now, I'll keep the gain at this level, and we'll figure it out as we go, you know. It's a learning experience, this stream. I learn, you learn. I don't know. I'm just saying shit to fill dead air. Let me drink some Wawa. I'll have to mute my mic if I drink Wawa, because I think the gain is higher now to where you can hear the... I'm back. You didn't want to hear that. Also, that's because I'm personally not a fan of ASMR. It's not for me. I find ASMR disturbing. So I don't ever want you guys to hear my or like, you know, like throat adjustments that I do. ASMR is just not for me. You know, it's just not for me. Some people like it though. You know, but I'm not those people. Is there anybody here who actually likes ASMR? I'd like an explanation. This isn't the yuck your yum. This isn't like the, you know, shame you for liking sounds. You know, I just want to know why people like ASMR. It's not for me. I find it intrusive, and I find it just difficult to listen to. They're like, this is the sound of a tiger eating a woman alive or something. You know? Just not for me, man. But you know, just because it's not for me doesn't mean it's not good for somebody. So I'm not gonna be out here yucking your yum. This is correct. Okay. Seems correct. You'd think that I've already built one that I know how to build the other one. No, I don't. Everything is like the first time to me. Everything is like the first time. Crawling in my sleep. There we go. There we go. Okay. Functionality works. Very nice. D1, D2. Okay. Hold on. There's a sticker here that we need to put here, I think. ASMR is weird to you too. Yeah, it's... Again, I understand some people like it. And again, I'm not gonna yuck their yums if they do, but I would really just like to know, what is it about ASMR that people like, you know? I'd like to understand. I don't wanna segregate people. I don't wanna make them feel unwanted. I want them to be part of my community, but I would like to understand, what is it about like that? What is it about that? What is it about? What is it about? What is it? Or like the mommy ASMR. Like, that's another layer to it that I don't like, I get it for the memes, but there are people who genuinely listen to mommy ASMR, and I don't understand. Okay, I don't want to simply chalk it up as it's a sex thing. You know what I mean? I don't want to chalk mommy ASMR to just it's a sex thing. I feel like that's derivative, that's derogatory of like the art form. the art form of mommy ASMR. There must be something else to mommy ASMR and ASMR in general that people like, because I can't get into it. You know, I'm not satisfied with the answer of like mommy ASMR as a sex thing. I'm really not. I'm not. I'd like a more comprehensive, well-defined. I like a more comprehensive, well-defined reasoning as to why people like mommy ASMR and ASMR in general, especially the eating ASMR. I don't like hearing people chew. That's another thing. I really don't like the... I don't like that. My stepdad, I love him, but like every time he eats, I can hear him chew. And I don't want to call him out on it, because like that's just how he is. But I don't like hearing people chew. I don't like hearing people breathe. Am I a psychopath? Maybe. I just don't like to hear people. I'm okay with it in the gym, because in the gym I understand. But like you know, when you're just living your life, you know, I don't want to hear someone breathing through my neck. That's just me. Okay, I understand some people have medical conditions, but okay, back to the point. If there's anybody here who enjoys ASMR, particularly mommy ASMR, please let me know your reasonings as to why. I'm not here to shame you. I'm not here to yuck your yum, as they say. But I'm just here to find out, why do you enjoy such art forms? You know, that's just me. And I will not be satisfied with a simple answer of if it's a sex thing or not. That doesn't satisfy me. I feel like there's something deeper there. I feel like you need to ask yourself from a personal level, why do you like ASMR? You know? I feel like there's something there at the deeper level beyond the it's a sex thing. You know? And if you do tell me like Deeps, it's really just a sex thing, I like to stroke to it, then okay, fine, sure. But I feel like there's more. There's more. There must be more to it. You know? There must be. It can't be just that. I refuse. I refuse to believe that your interest to sounds of that nature, you know, mommy ASMR or not, is that. Because I can kind of understand the mukbang. You know what I mean? Like the whole mukbang thing. Not mukbang ASMR. That's... I don't understand. But the mukbang thing I kind of understand. It's like seeing someone eat and then you eat with them. Alright, sure. I kind of get down to that, you know? I kind of like... There's an empathetic response in me for that one. But ASMR, I don't know, bro. But I feel like mukbang ASMR is the grossest. Simply because, again, I don't like to hear people chew. I don't like to hear people breathe. And then there's like... Some of these mukbangers, if that's the proper term, some of these mukbangers, dude, I feel like they do a lot. They do too much, you know? Like they eat too much. And I do mean that. It's like I eat a lot, but bro, that is more than my ball game. So I'm not you know, but I kind of let mukbangers slide, you know. But I'm not a fan of them too. I'm just not a fan of anything, I guess. Mommy ASMR. Is there anybody here who actually does listen to mommy ASMR unironically? And then I'm just gonna caveat this, not in the sex way. You know what I mean? Is there anybody here who listens to mommy ASMR not in the sex way? Because there's those memes, right, of like people like listening to mommy ASMR in the gym, and then I cannot focus. I cannot draw strength from my spirit listening to mommy ASMR in the gym. I can't. Or like those yandere ASMRs. Like, I don't know. That's another thing. I can't really get into like role play content. You'd think I would. Some of you, I can read your minds. I can read your mind, baby. All right, like some of you think like, oh, he's definitely that. No, I can't. I can't get into like role play ASMRs. I can't suspend my disbelief. I can't. I'm sorry, but again, just because I can't doesn't mean you cannot. You know, and if you can, that's cool, man. You do you. I'm just saying it's not for me. Again, no hate to those who create the content as well, you know. You got to get your artistic energies out there. You got to make that bread. I understand. I'm out here building model kits, ranting about nonsense. You got to get your energies out somehow. But it's the consumers that I question. How would Daredevil feel about ASMR? You know what I mean? I feel like that would kind of fuck him up too, you know? He's already got a heightened senses, and then that's how you beat Daredevil. You beat Daredevil by like forcing him to listen to mommy ASMR, then his senses are just like all over the place. That's how you beat Daredevil. That's how you beat Matt Murdock. Figured it out. I don't even know these songs, to be honest. YouTube music just gives me random songs. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna listen to Julia Wolf. Here's some other band that you may or may not know. Like, I definitely don't know. I definitely don't know. Also, the other reason why, outside from the fact that I need to fill up the dead air whenever we do the Twitch streams, me listening to music helps me understand if the stream is still going on. It's like an indicator if the stream is still live or we crashed again, or like my PC froze or something. So it is necessary. We used to listen to copyright-free music, but I felt like that was too boring, you know. What are they gonna do? Strike my channel down? I mean, they could, but, you know, they won't do that to me. Come on now. I'm a small-time streamer. That's right. We did have one crash. But honestly, my friend Miggy, I think it is because the PC cannot handle multiple cameras. Truthfully, I think that's it. So we remove camera B. It has been depreciated, unfortunately. But you know what? I think we're doing okay, right, guys? I think we're doing okay. It's not, you know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the punches, right? You can't have it all. You can't have all the upgrades. You can't have all the skills, the tech and shit. Tech and shit. Also, let me see if I can do this correctly. Let me see if I can streamer the fuck out of this. Hold on. I am. I am streaming on YouTube. I am. Unfortunately, YouTube streaming is not the best. You know? It's not the best. All right, let's see if this works. No, it doesn't work. Hold on. How you doing, Mrs. Barbados? Thank you for dropping by. I appreciate you dropping by. It's been a while, hasn't it? Oh, there we go. Shout out to my boy Miggy. He's also a streamer, part-time. He's more part-time than me. He doesn't stream as often, but he does play Final Fantasy. And recently, Uma Musume, right? So if any of you weebs out there, Horse Girl fanatics, are interested, please give him a follow. He's a good friend of mine. Friend of 10 years? Friend of 10 years almost, right? 10 years. So both of us are Unk. I've known him for a while. He's a great guy. But if you're into Uma Musume and all that, and JRPGs, I think he's the guy. He'll actually finish a JRPG. I won't. I'll make false promises about finishing a JRPG. He'll finish it in 15 years. That's what we have in common. Inera Fenrir. Sounds insane. Yeah. But shout out to my dude. He's been a good supporter. And to be honest, my 3080 is from Miggy. So if anything happens to my streams because of the GPU, you blame him, not me. Alright? You blame him, not me. You shift the blame to him. It's a 3090. That's right. We're rocking a 3090 with an i5. We're rocking 3090 just to play James Bond. License to Thrill. Alright. Runner D is done. Third-party kits. So I know I said I'll build some third-party kits in the future. Not anytime soon, but you know, they are interesting. Although, can third-party kits do this? Can they do this? I don't think so. How many kits have we finished on stream, chat? If we're gonna count for the lifetime of my streaming career of almost 3 years. Oh my god, it's been a while. 17, 18, 19. Okay, you I was looking behind me because I literally have a tower of boxes of what we've built. It's going to be 20. If we're just talking about model kits, this is actually our 20th build. This is, yeah. Is it kind of sad? Yes. Yes, it is. A little sad, yes. But did we enjoy it the whole time? Yes. We may have had a few crashes. Yes. But you know what? I'm satisfied. I seem relatively happy. Not with my life, but with just the experience, man, you know? We've been building a lot, you know? And unfortunately, our recent upgrade to the build streams has not yielded us the best results. You know, and you know what? I think it is the limitations of my motherboard. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. It's okay to blame your mom. And in this case, it's okay to blame your motherboard. I think there might be some, like, the motherboard might not be able to handle this much data that's going through its systems. You know? But that's okay. But that's okay. It's okay to blame your mothers. It really is. You know? You have a fucked up life? Trauma? Blame your mama. Happy Mother's Day. Shout out to the mamas out there. I actually, so here's the thing. My cameras, I always make sure that they're directly connected to the motherboard, like USB ports. Like they're always connected directly. Like they're not running through hubs. The only thing that runs through hubs are like the Stream Deck, like my keyboard. So things that are like the Stream Deck is not low data, but low data, right? But I think like I think the motherboard just can't handle it. She can't handle these many. She can't handle this, man. She can't, she's not built for that. She's not ready for this. So I'll find a way to use. Okay, here's the thing. I'll find a use case for this, to be honest. Camera B, right? There will come a time where we'll use camera B. It's not, all is not lost. All is not lost for camera B, right? All is not lost. All is not lost. There will always be a use case for camera B. Maybe, baby, we will. Yeah, that felt gross. Maybe this could be my second camera for if we do another hand cam stream using a mobile setup. Maybe I'll do a cooking stream. I've been teasing a cooking stream for a while, but honestly, the biggest like difficulty of that is I'll need to get a laptop, because there's no way I'm cooking in my stream setup right now. As funny as it would be to cook in this room that I'm in, I would not advise it for myself or for anybody, because it's a bedroom. So I have a single bedroom apartment, and I converted the bedroom into an office/streaming room. So I'm not about to do that. Fuck no, using my work laptop. Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, fuck. It's also a MacBook. That's right. We're that company. It's a MacBook. Yeah, it's a MacBook. So, I mean, you can stream on a MacBook. No problem. It's just too much work. So, we're just going to do that, I might just get like a... I don't know, dude. It's like another cost, man. I'm just going to be honest. No college dorm room cooking. No. It's carpeted floors. If it wasn't carpeted floors, I would have considered, to be honest. But because it's carpeted floors, I don't want to leave any stains. I don't want to spend more on a stream, to be honest. I don't. I'm already thinking about buying a Switch 2 because I may not be able to go to Japan this year, and they're going to increase the Switch 2's prices. So I might just buy a Switch 2. We're just going to play Pokemon. Fuck it. But fuck it. We're going to play Pokopia. We're going to bust Yeah. I don't look, unless we start getting dividends from streaming, I don't think we're gonna buy a stream laptop. I would love to, make no mistake. I would love to be able to have like another setup where we can cook in my kitchen, the deep kitchen, the Deep's dishes in the Deep's kitchen. Just gonna brand everything Deep's, but shit costs money, man. And we're in a recession. But that's okay. What's life? A recession. And it's not just my hairline receding, it's also the economy. Cooking beside us. Alright guys, today we're gonna make some crystal It's my first time cooking. Let's not let's make sure we don't use hydrochloric acid. Maybe you do need hydrochloric. I don't know. I don't. Schedule 1. you know, like every time you show up, Miggy, I'm gonna harass you on my streams. I'm gonna shout you out every time, so that you can play those friend slop games with me. We're gonna play Schedule 1. We're gonna. Oh my god, bro! When the pandemic 2.0 hits, dog, we are gonna be on those friend slop games like there's no tomorrow. First in line, Amogus, first in line. Yeah, I've been telling Miggy like, dude, we should play again and get into a stream, man. Never happened. Never happened. Aside from the fact that we have a different. No, we have the same sleep schedule, asshole. Like, now we do. But we used to have like the different like time schedules and certain shit like that. It's like, yeah, man, we're gonna play these games, bro. It's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick, man. You know, it's just because we're getting old. Honestly, we're just getting old. It takes a lot of effort for us to get up in the morning, chat. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I'm not even gonna lie, chat. It takes a while for us. You know, me and my dogs, we're getting old. Gen Z is, you know, Gen Z is pushing 30. All right, a few of us are already 30. All right, so what are you gonna do, man? You know. This is not very confidence. Yeah, so I don't know if you noticed. That's not very like confidence providing, you know what I mean? It's a bit loose. It's not like a good fit. Yeah, one of our friends is turning 30. This one's okay, the right side is better, right? The right side is a bit better. But the left side's definitely, yeah, the left side's definitely a lot looser. But you know what? Oh, there's 2 modes. What's the 2 modes? Hold on. Stand here for a bit, or stay there for a bit. Oh, so the belt is only for the meteor, right? No. Actually, there's like descriptions. Never mind. Hold on. Let's see here. It says here, high energy beam gun. Missiles, I'm assuming, and then booster. Okay, let's see if I can get to this pose. Okay. Oh shit. Okay, I don't know if you noticed that, but it lines up. It doesn't really peg, but it lines it up, so it kind of like guides it. That's sick. Okay, we're back. I'm back. Oh, fucking hell, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, dude. Life is good. You know, fuck it if there's a recession. Fuck it if there's a new virus. Fuck that, dude. I got my Cañón de Guerra. Alright. Too bad I don't have my thingy thing anymore. Like my camera B. Hentai virus. We're gonna play some oh god. We're gonna play some, what's it called? Pandemic game. What's it called? I literally mentioned it earlier. We're gonna play some deeps. You can figure this out. We're gonna play some. We're gonna play some. No, I mean we could play that. Plague Inc. There it is. We'll simulate the. You know what? Maybe we could play Quarantine Zone too, but I feel like Plague Inc. will be a little bit more. Oh, it's parts forming. Never mind. So I was a bit confused, right? I thought it would like flip out this part here to do the gun, but it's actually parts forming. It's a different part. It's in B1 and B12. What? I don't like that. I don't like that it's parts forming. That kind of sucks. We're gonna play Plague Inc. and we're gonna simulate the hentai virus. Is it a bit insensitive? Maybe. Maybe. But what do we have to lose? We could also play Quarantine Zone. Hentai. Either one, honestly. Which one you guys even prefer, though? I feel like, I don't know. There's a bit more. Oh, maybe we should play Quarantine Zone. That way I don't have to spend more money. No, but Plague Inc. is like, no, but it's too much of a city sit game. You know what I mean? I mean, I did play. Okay, I say Plague Inc. might be too much of a city sit game. Granted that I literally played Tropico for multiple streams because I love being El Presidente. Hold on. I'm aligning my toys. A second here. There we go. There we go. There you go. Not an exact posy pose, right? But it'll do. And then the back, obviously the missiles can like open up and then expose itself. So like that's pretty sick, right? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't honestly, it feels the blasters here, those sorry, hold on. These ones feel a bit too narrow, you know what I mean? I feel like they could do a little bit more outside because it feels like he's just holding his waist. And it's definitely struggling with that. But you know what? I think he's alright. I think, there we go. What do you guys think? Unfortunately, I do have the... It's not... Like, I do have the turntable still, but then it would just be like spinning like this. You wouldn't see shit. So there he is. That's the lightning buster. Again, unfortunately we have to depreciate camera B because it's causing too much issues, I think. But so far so good. I enjoyed this kit. What I don't like is the feet. The feet build is kind of the weirdest part about this, but you know what, so far so good, man. Now, we are finishing rather early with this build because we literally only had to do the legs. Like, not even all of the legs, just a few of the legs. And then the backpack. And then final assembly. So, we're not done yet. If that's what you're thinking. We're not done yet. I'm not letting you guys go. Alright, I haven't streamed for 2 weeks. Work, my job has been kicking my ass. And my PC issues have also been kicking my ass emotionally and spiritually and physically. So, we're going to build Sasbi. Let me just drink some Wawa first. Any questions, class? Before we proceed to give you what you need. You guys have any questions for me? I also need to crack my neck. Give me a second here. How did you know, Fruit? How did you know? Ah, there it is. I don't know if it caught it. That was like a whoo. That was like a it reached until my traps. I don't know if that was a good idea. You know what? I am gonna go, before we continue, I'm gonna go drain the beast. I'm gonna go pee, and when we're back, we're going to continue with... We're gonna start the build and finish the build for the Sazabi. I think it should be a rather quick one for us. Here's to hoping. But I gotta go pee. I gotta be right back, alright? Be right back. Don't go anywhere unless you also gotta go drain your beast. Be right back. I'm back. Did my camera just go redshift for a bit? Anyways, I haven't been completely honest with you guys, but I've been sweating like a motherfucker. So I had to grab like a face towel. I had to grab a face towel because I have like this really bright key light facing me, which also lights the table and all that, but I have not been 100% honest with you guys, so I need to grab a face towel. This is my first time also building a SDEX kit. I've never built one of these ever. So first times for everything, right? I chose this one because it felt like the Sazabi has the least amount of stickers. I think that's my fear with the SDEX kits, is that they might just be like sticker galore. I know there's the MGEX. No, MGSDEX. Right? That's what it is. Or the MGSDs. Like the master grade SDs. I do want to get the Kshatriya or something. Kshatriya, right? Yeah, I want to get that one, but it basically costs the same as like some master grades. So sometimes the price doesn't justify it. But okay, you know what? I can forgive that. That's not too bad. Oh, it's another colored whooshie. Legit, I have no more explanations, no more excuses. First of all, I have an apology. I'm sorry, but I legit don't know anymore. First of all, thank you for your patience with me. Thank you for sticking by me. That's one, right? But fam, I really don't know. I don't know what happened there. I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I wish I knew why we've been crashing. Like I removed the only I've literally removed camera 2. Like I don't know. And I hate to say this, but maybe I'll have to not like stop dual streaming. Maybe. Alright, so over my friends in YouTube, this is where the stream's gonna end. Just to test things out. We did finish Lightning Buster, that was the promise. So to those over at YouTube, thank you for dropping by. Everybody who came by over at YouTube, leave a like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. But to those on Twitch, still stay with me. But to those on YouTube, thank you guys. I appreciate you. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.